Hello, my name is Latricia Renee, and welcome to Just Reading Into It. Today we're asking the cards what important message we need to hear this week. Of course, the power to shape your own life ultimately rests within you, and the tarot is merely a tool to help you explore your own thoughts, feelings, and potential paths. We have 3 groups today as usual. For designators, I drew up these fun feathers. For group 1, we have this speckled feather. For group 2, we have this blue and green striped feather. And for group 3, we have this sort of reddish brown feather. Okay, feel free to choose 1, 2, or all 3 groups. They may each speak to you in a different way. You can choose based on feather or number, whatever calls to you. If you need to pause and take a moment to choose, you may do so now. All right, without further ado, let's get into your readings. Hello, group 1. If you chose the speckled feather, then this is your reading. Okay, today we're exploring what important messages we might need to hear this week. Remember, this is a general reading for the collective. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. As always, we're going to start with your tarot before going into your oracle cards. Today we're using Brit's Third Eye Tarot. Your first card is the Page of Wands, that initial spark. Okay. The wands, of course, represent passion. The Page of Wands is about new ideas, new passion, a new path to follow. If you look at the card, you can see the buds are just beginning to open, reflecting that newness. Okay. Okay, next you have the Four of Swords. It's rest and relaxation. The swords represent thought, so it could also be meditation and contemplation. So you may need some rest and relaxation this week, especially if things have been hectic. Okay. Next we have the Seven of Pentacles. This card is all about taking the long-term view, patience. If you've been working really hard at something, you may not be seeing the results right away, which can be frustrating. But you have to understand that this card promises that there will be results. You will see rewards for the effort that you're putting in. If you look at this little sprout here, let me pull out the card. See, look at this little sprout she's gardening. It's going to take a long time before this little bitty sprout turns into these fruit-bearing trees. But just have patience. All right. And last, we have the Knight of Swords. Interesting. Now, the Knight of Swords is particularly interesting because you have a card about rest and patience, but then you have this card which generally represents rushing and hurrying. So I'm thinking that maybe you're feeling a little burnt out. You've been rushing and hurrying too much. Things have gotten kind of hectic, and maybe you're just putting in so much effort and you're not seeing any rewards and it's burning you out. So in that case, the general advice is pace yourself, okay? You've got something new coming in, new passion, new ideas, but you're getting yourself all worked up and you need to pace yourself. Just go slow. Take rests when you need it. It'll happen for you, okay? All right, now let's take a look at your oracle cards. First up, we have your mindful messages card, and yours is magic. There is magic and miracles all around me. Where others see coincidence, I see evidence of life's synchronicities. I love filling life with wonder and magic. It's way more fun that way. Okay. Now, everyone's views on magic may differ a little bit, but I think the focus here is the wonder, okay? For a lot of people, including me, who I am an atheist witch, if you don't know, for me, magic definitely represents that sense of wonder in life. Like when you look up at the full moon, or watch a sunset, or take a walk in the woods, there's this deep feeling of awe. So fill your life with more of that wonder. Open yourself up to experiencing this. I want to keep saying wonder because I don't really have a whole lot of other words for it, but just open yourself up to that feeling of magic. Next oracle card we have is your Citadel Oracle, and you have the Shepherd, celebration and family. So in reading the book for this card, it talks a lot about how the shepherd lives simply but loves deeply. And I think that really goes back to the magic card here, as well as your message from the tarot cards. This idea of you've got this inspiration, but you need to go slow. Live slow. Live with intention. It can also be about a leadership role. You know, the shepherd, of course, manages his flock, but I really think it has more to do with that slow living, okay? Celebrate life. I get 4 of Wands energy with this card, celebration and family. All right, last we have your Sacred Traveler Oracle, and you have solitude and silence, peace prevails. Okay, now the guidebook goes a lot deeper on the meaning for this one as well, and it's basically a good card to sum up your reading. If things are being hectic and you're hurrying a lot, you're trying to get everything done and you're just not seeing the results that you want, remember, it's not the destination, it's the journey. Okay? Pace yourself. Enjoy life. Take time outs when you need to. All right. What do you think of your message, Group 1? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If so, I'd love to hear from you. Feedback is always welcome. Also, feel free to check out the other readings if you haven't already. There could be more messages waiting for you. Until next time. Hello, Group 2. If you chose this lovely blue and green feather, then this reading is for you. Today we're exploring what important messages we might need to hear this week. Remember, this is a general reading for the collective. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. As always, we're going to start with your tarot before getting into your oracle cards. Today we're using Brit's Third Eye Tarot. And your first card is the Two of Swords. Indecision or an impasse. Now, this card, it looks like the swords are preventing forward progression. Okay? So something is getting in your way. Something is stopping you. But traditionally speaking, in this card, the woman is holding the swords, which means that you could be getting in your own way. But let's take a look at your other cards and see what they say. Next, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, patience is a big one for this card, but keep going, one step at a time. Steady progress. You're moving forward slowly, but determined. Okay? It's almost like you've stopped, right? And this card is telling you you need to keep going, even if it's just putting one foot in front of the other. All right, your next card you have is the Five of Cups. Okay. So perhaps part of the problem is that you're focusing too much on the negative, something bad that's happened or something bad you think will happen. Because that's what this card is about. It's about focusing on the negative, the spilled cups, when she has a perfectly good cup right there waiting for her, but all she can see are the downturned cups. But I'm seeing the Knight of Pentacles here is working on a Rubik's Cube. They've got some sort of graph grid thing going on in the background. Here, you see that? And I'm thinking of analysis, analyze the truth. Okay? Because you're focusing on the negative here, but what is the truth of the situation? And the truth of the situation is she's still got that upright cup. All right, last you have the Nine of Cups. Okay, see? This one is all about focusing on the positive. It's about gratitude. It's also known as the wish fulfillment card. So it's clear to me that this focusing on the negative has stopped you. Either it's something that happened in the past, or it's something you're afraid about is going in the future. But either way, it's stopping you. You're stopping yourself. And the Knight of Pentacles is telling you to just keep going, keep moving. Okay? Even like I said, if it's just putting one foot in front of the other, you're going to make progress that way. And then the the Nine of Cups is telling you, just focus on the positive. Have gratitude, focus on the little accomplishments that you have, and your cup will be overflowing. All right, let's take a look now at what your oracle cards have to say. First up, we have your Mindful Messages card, and yours is, it's not personal. Interesting. People's reactions or opinions of me are really not about me at all. People tend to project their own insecurities or fears onto one another. So when someone speaks unkindly to me, I'll remember they have something going on that has nothing to do with me. I'm wondering, have you faced some criticism or perceived criticism? Okay, I know that for me, one of my issues, things that gets me anxious is this idea that there's these expectations on me when I'm the one creating those expectations. So it's important to let that go. Okay, remember, it's not about you, is it? No. It's about them. And if it's a perceived expectation, then it's even more so, why? Why are you holding on to this when nobody even, So it's definitely taking negativity too personally. Something that happened, maybe it wasn't even a person, maybe something bad happened and you're taking that personally, like the universe is out to get you. So you got to let that go And just understand it's not always about you. Sometimes bad things happen and you just got to move on. Okay. Next oracle card we have is your Citadel Oracle. And yours is the Puppeteer. Explanations and apologies. Okay. Maybe it is someone. Maybe there is someone in your life who's being negative. Explanations and apologies, though. It could also be you. If you feel like you've hurt someone, then you need to apologize and try to mend that relationship. Or if you feel that it's not worth mending, you need to let go of it. Either way, you need open communication about this. You need honesty. So whether this person hurt you or you hurt them, you need to talk about it. Okay. Last card we have is the Sacred Traveler Oracle. And your card is Valiant Courage. Take action with passion. Okay, this definitely makes me think of your Knight of Pentacles up here. So this situation, the negative situation, whatever is the cause, it might be difficult or scary, but bravery is taking action in spite of fear. It's not having no fear. It's taking those steps one at a time, even if you feel like it's going to be too difficult. Because the only thing stopping you is you. Okay? Your fear, your negativity. You got to stay focused on the positive and believe that you can do it. All right. What do you think of your reading, Group 2? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, I'd love to hear from you. Feedback is always welcome in my book. Also, feel free to check out the other readings if you haven't already. There could be more messages waiting for you. Until next time. Hello, Group 3. If you chose this reddish brown feather, then this is your reading. Today we're exploring what important messages we might need to hear this week. Remember, this is a general reading for the collective. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. As always, we're going to start with your tarot before going into your oracle cards. Today we're using Brit's Third Eye Tarot. And your first card is the Ten of Swords. Okay. Now this one can seem a little scary. She's got swords sticking out her back. This can represent a painful ending to something or a harsh lesson that needs to be learned. But keep in mind with this card, it does generally represent endings, but endings always come with new beginnings. Now, this could be something that happened in the future, but it coming out as the first card, I'm thinking maybe it's past or present. So maybe you're already going through some sort of difficult ending or some sort of harsh lesson that you're needing to learn in life. Let's take a look. Your second card is the High Priestess. Okay. So listen to your gut, follow your intuition. That's what this card is all about, is about intuition. That might be the lesson that you need to learn. Was there maybe a warning about the Ten of Swords that you ignored? Okay. But it can also sometimes be about information that has been hidden from us. Next card is the Tower. Okay, now this card I know can be scary. It got such a bad rap, but I tend to see this as a more positive card because it can represent necessary change, something that needs to be changed. And that can be really scary and difficult, especially something ending that you don't want to end. but it also talks about rebuilding even better. Okay? It can be difficult to face the fact that something in life isn't working the way you want it to. But the idea is that you can tear it down, and that may be painful, but then you can build it up even better than it was before. Okay, last tarot card we have for you is the Knight of Cups. Okay, so creativity and passion. Wands generally represent passion, but cups represent emotion, and passion is basically an emotion, so this card definitely has that passionate feel. It could be romantic, and for some of you, maybe it is, but for the most part, it's not necessarily, okay? Knights also represent action, generally, so this could be action motivated by emotion and creativity. So you've got some difficult cards here. You got the Ten of Swords and you got the Tower, and those can be challenging. But then you also have the High Priestess and the Knight of Cups bringing in healing. Okay? So whatever rough times you're going through, there is healing presence. Okay? Now let's go ahead and get into your oracle cards. First up, we have your Mindful Messages card, and you have Play. I am completely engaged in what I do in the here and now. I call it play instead of work. I am deeply fulfilled by all that I do. From this card, I get focus on the present and what can you do to make the present more enjoyable for you. You know, find ways to enjoy the everyday, the little things. Okay. Your next card is the Citadel Oracle card, and it says, The Walker, the unknown, a journey. So this card is all about moving on from pain, which I think fits with the tarot message that you got. It's very much Six of Swords energy as well. That idea that you're starting out from rough waters and traveling to smooth waters. So that's what I get from this card. It's also about enjoying that journey, okay? And which goes along with the message of play here. You've got all this beautiful birds and greenery around, you know, pay attention to what's going on around you and enjoy it. Okay, our last card is the Sacred Traveler Oracle, and it says, Stepping into power, you are strong beyond measure. Yes, so the challenges that you face make you stronger, okay? But you need to heal from them first. So overall, I see this as a net positive. It may be a little difficult emotionally with the Ten of Swords and the Tower, but as long as you take time to heal and rebuild, you're going to end up stronger than you were before. All right, thank you so much for watching Group 3. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If so, I'd love to hear from you. Feedback is always welcome. Also, feel free to check out the other readings if you haven't already. There could be more messages waiting for you. Until next time.